Yeah.
I'm just shocked that when we have shortages, that's also become an issue that could really exacerbate the human shortages. Now, on top of that, I just read where PACCAR, their plant in Chillicothe, Ohio, is starting a round of layoffs. 350 workers, I think. No explanation yet as to why, although they hint that it could be the fact that they can't finish their trucks because they can't get all the parts they need.
Could be lack of inventory. Yeah, as far as parts are concerned. Yeah, that's a quantifiable situation across the marketplace. And that's on top of more freight coming in the market. It's a great time for carriers to continue to move freight because freight rates are at absolute levels and positive for carriers. So you got pressure on all sides, and you can't get new trucks out the door. Now it's crazy.
Yeah, it's, you would think with this huge demand for trucks that the last thing they would be doing is laying off and shutting down, but it sounds like they're building trucks that they can't finish and they're just parking them. And at some point, what sense does that make?
Yeah, I can imagine. And I wonder if by laying these people off, if they'll be able to get them back. Yeah, because there's so many, the job market is so hot right now. If those labor employees go somewhere else, do you get them back when you need them back? Because it's not exactly easy to turn off and turn on.
No, it's a crazy market across the board right now, but certainly, and the start to the hurricane season looks like it could be a rough one. And we know what that does to supply chain. We deal with that every year in trucking. So we're going to start seeing impacts of that this week.
Yep, we certainly will. There's no doubt. You're already seeing people trying to prepare and set up where marketplaces, the rates are already going up, and it's tough. It's going to be tougher to get trucks. So we start trying to prep for it, and there's all this thing coming in. And we have some experience before. I mean, we even model, Truckstop.com even models the effect of hurricanes into the freight marketplaces. So kind of know what's going to happen, which is it's going to be a very challenging period of time trying to get things back to normal there too.
One of the things I know they were talking about as the storm was coming in, they were talking about the refineries down there, and one of them that supplies a huge percentage of the diesel fuel was like right in the path. Yeah, and I looked today. I haven't seen anything as far as, and they may not know yet whether or not that's going to be an issue. But talk about really screwing up the supply chain. If we start having a fuel shortage, that's going to be rough.
There is no doubt. Well, I know I've got several friends who live down in that area, and they were talking about that toward, I can't remember how it's pronounced, where the hurricane came onto land. That area has a tremendous oil and gas refinery, where they bring it up out of the earth and everything. And so there's about 18 to 19% of all of it that hits the U.S. So it is a major supplier for that. And I know they had one. I was trying to look back at some about sending the information where they had one of the big rigs has already foundered and it's beginning to float. So that's just going to create multiple more problems on top of the pressure that we've already got. The Shell Mars Olympus deep water oil platform is broken loose. This was yesterday, which is it's about 130 miles south of the city of New Orleans, so out in the water, obviously. So this is going to be a more compounding problems for everybody in that marketplace.
Yeah, and all of this feeds into the number one financial issue we're watching, which is inflation. All of this is bad for inflation. When we have shortages, then people are willing to pay more. They have to pay more. That drives prices up. When we don't have enough people, that creates shortages. We don't have enough parts. I saw something in your notes you sent over to me that aircraft around the world are about 90% full right now.
Right.
Cargo.
Well, it has been. Yeah, cargo. Yeah, but because most of the shippers are trying to offset their challenges in every other system, whether it be containers, whether it be intermodal on the rail, whether it be truck, and trying to offset it and trying to hedge their bet by booking airplanes. Well, guess what? They're full because of two reasons. Number one, because the massive amount of freight that's trying to be moved, and also airline cargo carriers have cut back their routes 50%. So there's not as many planes you can take that you can fill up. So it's going to be a challenge everywhere. It's going to continue to have lots of pressure, which will probably drive more freight in the spot market, which will create this continued long, high, very profitable run for carriers and brokers in this marketplace for a continued period of time.
Well, let's just again be grateful that we are on the winning side of this equation right now in trucking. Brent, as always,
Yes, sir.
gotta cut you loose. We'll do it again next week. Thanks as always.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Don. See you.
Brent Hutto, truckstop.com. We're going to get to a break. We cleared the lines during that segment, so lines are wide open right now. If you want to jump in and join us, grab a line. We will be right back here on the Road Dog Sirius XM 146.
SiriusXM and the Weather Channel have teamed up to bring you the latest information and tracking of Ida. Tune to Channel 721 on the SXM app or web player now. Strong winds, heavy rain, and flooding have been experienced in the U.S. Gulf Coast, along with power outages and a storm surge. Stay with SiriusXM and the Weather Channel for the latest information as Ida moves inland. Now on the SXM app and web player, Channel 721.
Owner-operators, sick of searching through low inventories to find the right truck to lease for your business? Look no further. SFI's relationship with top manufacturers means a steady flow of new truck arrivals. Shop current inventory or pre-order now so you can get into your brand new truck as quick as possible. Pick from Volvos, Internationals, Freightliners, and more, and drive with confidence, knowing your truck is backed by an industry-leading warranty. Apply today at sfitrucks.com. That's sfitrucks.com.
You're a business owner. Your biggest headache? Bookkeeping and payroll. It's either a huge distraction keeping you from building your business, or you're paying an accountant lots of money. Either way, it's a problem. Finance Pal is your solution. Finance Pal specializes in secure cloud-based accounting, payroll, and tax services for small businesses, franchisees, and independent contractors nationwide. Whether it's payroll, bookkeeping, bill payment, or tax needs, you can now outsource all your accounting headaches without breaking the bank. Bookkeeping packages start as low as $120 per month. Finance Pal sets you up with your own dedicated accountant who tracks your expenses and payroll, maximizing your tax savings. Setup is a breeze with no startup costs or long-term commitment. Call 800-453-0694. Finance Pal, the only friend your business needs. 800-453-0694. 800-453-0694.
If you're in HR, you're probably wearing a lot of hats. Recruiter, team builder, trainer, mediator, policymaker, and of course, paper pusher. But not anymore. Bamboo HR is the #1 HR software for small and medium businesses. It manages all your employee data easily and automates countless tasks, so you can focus on people, not paperwork. Bamboo HR frees you from spreadsheets, so you can do your real job, creating a great place to work. If the data shuffle and paperwork mountain have you ready to hang up all your hats, you're ready for Bamboo. If you handle HR records and paperwork, Bamboo HR is a dream. Let us free up your time and put your days of pushing paperwork behind you, so you can focus on the people and making your company a great place to work for everyone. Try PC Magazine's top pick for HR software free today. Just go to bamboohr.com/easy. This is a limited offer, only available to radio listeners at bamboohr.com/easy. That's bamboohr.com/easy.
Did you know John Christner Trucking has a logistics division? If you have your own authority, you can take advantage of our great lanes and rates right now. Don't have a refrigerated trailer? We have one for you, and the rental rate is shockingly low. You can't afford not to check us out. Call us today at 877-528-4482 or visit us at jctlogistics.com. That's 877-528-4482 or visit us at jctlogistics.com.
You spent a long time tucked into your home, tucked into your autoplane streaming box. Not anymore. Now you you can untuck. Untuck a road trip. Untuck a Saturday tailgate. Then untuck a Sunday tailgate too. Untuck whatever you damn well please. And if you want to look good while doing it, untuck with the shirt made for this moment. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Find your perfect fit at untuckit.com or one of 80 plus Untuck It stores nationwide. Use code SUNNY for 20% off your first purchase.
Your one stop for all things trucking.
You can find us online and on the SXM app. Now, back to business with Kevin Rutherford. SXM's Road Truck Radio.
What you spend it on is all accounted for already. So all you're trying to have trouble is payment. And honestly, the only thing you really need to account for is the interest. And you'll be able to get a statement on the interest at the end of the year for taxes. I just keep stuff like this over the books. It's just been left on there. It's not going to do me any good to put it in there. It doesn't give me any real usable data. I'm already showing the expenses.
Got it. So basically, I get the interest statement.
It's not going to make you. So that's what keeps these simple. In philosophy, I can always keep it as simple as possible.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my philosophy on accounting, if I can see that this information I'm gathering and information, and it's not going to give me a good enough to make decisions based on that, then just simply don't do the thing that you need to do. Let's go to Illinois Jerry program. Good,
This smiles, orchid cows, and whatnot. And we had a couple of rough passes, 84 going over Pennsylvania and New York, and the 10 going through Louisiana. I come to realize my dogs actually care about infrastructure because now they don't want to ride the truck. They just sit there and wait for the next big bump and the potholes and whatever, and they just, I've tried mints to CBD dog biscuits, and they just taking my ex-girlfriend along and having the three of them get high every day.
Yeah, I don't have any help for you on this. We might have to call Caesar Milan on this one. There are people who work with dogs as far as kind of training and behavior and stress and those kind of things. So you can try to find somebody. This is a tough one. I can tell you, for some reason, Diesel, my dog, has the same problem in our coach. Diesel loves riding in a car, but from the first day, from the first day we got that coach, Diesel freaks out. He does not want to be in there. He's shaking the whole time. He's panting. He never gets comfortable. Yeah, and so we just don't take him. I mean, to the point that most of the time when we travel, even in the coach, Lisa normally drives another vehicle, either the van or something else. And occasionally, we can tow it and we'll put him in there for a while. But yeah, it's really, really hard on him. You can see the stress. So, and I've thought about. Yeah, I've thought about working with somebody. Like I said, there are people that are. No, of them should know of any trainers. My guess is if you go to some of those stores, they even have bullet boards. You may find somebody's card on a bullet board. I would check local vets and dog food stores and just ask them for local trainers that work with emotional issues. And there are plenty of them out there. You should be able to find somebody.
All right. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Wisconsin. Dave, welcome to the program.
Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Good. What's on your mind today?
Hey, I'm got 15 trucks of my own, and we've been doing good with drivers up until the last 3 months. And I've been losing. I lost 3 of them now for lease purchases because I won't do it. And I got 2 more that are ready to leave me for lease purchases. And I ask them if they ever listen to your program, and they don't, then they have no idea about you. So I can talk freely because nobody wants to listen to you.
I was going to say, wait a minute. Every truck driver listens to me, don't they?
I got
be the
one
day.
out of the 15 that I know. I got 1 out of 15 that will be on your listening every day.
Got it. Well, thank you for that.
I don't know how to do it. I mean, these smaller trucking companies up by us with 3 or 5 trucks, that's how they're getting their freight calls. They're selling these junk trucks to these guys that just have to be owner-operators.
So, this is a conundrum, and here's why. For you, you need to do what you need to do to make your business successful. I mean, that's just, we all have to. The idea of starting a lease purchase program would make me a little...
Do you like to operate top-of-the-line equipment? If so, Oakley Trucking is where you need to be. Oakley takes pride in its equipment. Our up-to-date pneumatic tanks, end dumps, and upper-bottom trailers are the cleanest trailers on the road. If you have a nice truck and you're looking for a nice trailer to pull, free of charge, then give us a call at Oakley Trucking, 877-651-1388. Search for the Oakley Podcast or check us out online at oakleytrucking.com. The pitch is moving up today.
Antonio's animation studio needs a 3D designer today. Someone who's as artistic as they are organized.
But how are we going to get all this done? What about the production staff?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Screen for quality candidates with the skills your role needs with Indeed assessments. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Since you started, what you love about trucking is the freedom. Heading out on your favorite route, a good driving song, and thinking about truck insurance. Well, maybe not that last one. That's why we're here. At OOIDA, we have a full range of truck insurance products, expert advice, and great customer service, helping you get the right coverage for your operation. Go to OOIDA.com, because your job is to drive. Our job is to help with everything else.
If men are from Mars and women are from Venus, why do most families only have life insurance on the one with the... Oh, we can't say that on radio, right? Well, the truth is, studies show that only 47% of women have life insurance, and the insurance they have is half as much as their male counterparts. Well, Big Lou at Term Provider is here to change all that, and is leading a revolution to get equality in life insurance. If you're a 50-year-old female, even a little plus size or with type 2 diabetes, a $1 million policy could be less than $115 a month. Call Big Lou now to get your best price from over 40 top-rated insurers. Remember, Big Lou's like you. Some folks say he's from another planet, too. For $1 million of affordable term life insurance for her and or you, call Big Lou at 800-200-1390. 800-200-1390. Once again, if you need life insurance, call 800-200-1390 or biglou.com. Lots of heavy rain for western Alabama and for central and northern Mississippi as we move on through the remainder of the day, as the remnants of Ida continue to drift northward. And of course, we're going to continue to keep the rains going along parts of 65, basically from Huntsville southward all the way down to Mobile, 55 travelers from Memphis southward all the way down through Jackson, Mississippi. Expect the rains to continue, and we're also going to continue to watch I-55 in southern Mississippi as rain showers and breezy conditions will continue through the remainder of the day. We're also going to be watching for a few showers across the Ohio Valley, stretching into parts of the Northeast through the remainder of the day. 95 travelers from Boston down through New York City and Philadelphia, you'll see some showers. Along 81 in Virginia, showers are possible for you. 75 in Ohio and Kentucky, showers are possible. Richard Abetting with custom weather for drivers twice an hour on the road, dog. Sirius XM 146 and on the SXM app.
You're listening to Kevin Rutherford on Road Dog Trucking Radio's Trucking Business and Beyond.
Welcome back. All right. We're going to go back to the phone. We have a line open if you want to jump in right now. We're going to head off to Texas. Steve, welcome to the program.
Hi, Kevin. Appreciate you taking my call. Send an oil sample in, first oil sample on this truck. I'd like to get your opinion on it, please.
All right, let me take a look here. Is this a D13?
Eddie Apollo D13, yes.
Okay, so there was 27,000 miles on the oil, about 414,000 on the engine. Is that all correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, this is a really good looking sample. Really good looking. No fuel dilution to speak of, no soot. That means it's burning nice and clean. Viscosity's right where it should be. Wear metals are all really low, almost non-existent. Well, the base is down, but that's no big deal. You can just add some base. Did you change this oil, or did you leave it in?
Actually, I did not.
Okay, and I would.
Yeah.
I would just add some base to it. You can either get the lubrifiner filters that have base in them and just spin one of those on, or Hot Shot Secret makes a base additive, and you can just add some base, and there'll be a little formula on the bottle. You're at 2, we'd like to get it up around 7 or 8.
Okay, the boron, is that anything?
Ignore that completely, and from now on, since this is your first, but I assume you're going to continue to sample, when you look at the report, those headings up there, multi-source metals and additive metals, just pretend they don't exist. Don't even look at any numbers in there, no matter what it says.
Okay, on the change interval, 45,000, but reduce it down to the next level if you idle a lot, which I do, being in the deep south, so it would be down to 35,000. This truck has the factory so-called bypass filter on it. I know the microns are not as low as such as the OPS system. Do I need to treat that differently as far as the oil change levels as you talk about an OPS system?
Here's my take on oil changes no matter what. Whether we have no bypass filtration, it wouldn't matter, or we have full bypass filtration, or we have something in between. The beauty of this is we don't have to guess, we don't have to change anything. If you're oil sampling, I don't change the oil until the sample tells me to. I don't care if I have no bypass filtration. If my oil is still clean at 100,000 miles, I'm going to let it go.
Okay. All right. And then if you've got time for a quick accounting question.
Sure.
Went out on my own actually leased to a company in spring, formed the S Corporation, paid myself as an employee from day one. I'm paying all my quarterly stuff through my tax, but federal withholding, I've withheld it in a separate account. But the notice I got from the IRS is telling me not to file anything until January of next year at 9/40 and 9/44. Do I file quarterly?
Who's doing your payroll?
I'm doing it. I've been self-employed most of my life.
Well, I mean, you should be paying the money probably at least every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. I forget how that may have changed depending on the size of payroll.
See, I guess that's what I'm asking, because I couldn't find anything for the federal withholding.
Oh, no, you absolutely have to send that to them. You go make a deposit at the bank. The banks actually handle this payment. You can just make the payment directly to them. you may want to have somebody look over your payroll. If you're missing that, which is kind of a big thing.
Well, that's the only thing I don't have. I mean, I'm familiar with doing the payroll, with the costing, and I've got the money set aside for it. I just could not get anything to submit it. And the only forms I got from the IRS recognized as a corporation.
Yeah, so if you go down to your bank, they'll tell you how to make your payments.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call. I probably would still have somebody look over that payroll. Complicated. Unfortunately, we're dealing with multiple government agencies in payroll. Let's go to Nebraska. George, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Kevin. I hope everybody's doing good down there in Louisiana.
I think so.
Well, Dre was on the phone, so he's okay. But when I was listening to everybody's virtual truck show last week, and you were talking to all the people from all these companies, the one area of the trucking industry that I didn't hear represented was the van lines, the movers. And, especially the 5 big ones, not the little ones, but, well, maybe the 6 of them, but, because that's a great business opportunity, especially for a guy 25 to 30, or, somebody that wants to get in shape and not run a truck at a lot of miles, and make a lot of clear, net, spendable income. And so I was really surprised that, United or North American or Mayflower or Atlas weren't part of that discussion. I don't know why. And
Well, that would come from their end, not ours. We don't go out and look. Well, shows like our financial roundtable, the health roundtable. Obviously, I go look for good guests to bring good information to those. But the industry interviews that we do with just like we would do at the truck show if we were there live. We do a lot of that at the truck show. Those are driven from the other end, not from us. We don't go looking for people to do those. Those are companies that, it's part of their recruiting effort that they're doing that. So my guess is that van lines must have some other strategy for recruiting.
I don't know. I mean, I spent a lot of time there in that end of the industry, and it's everything that you teach about good business models and having to know how your ducks in a row and know what you're doing, because there's so much money to be made there. And I mean, you work hard. There's all that.
Yeah, it's a whole different business model. And we also have to look at the fact, though, that and I'm sure you watched this. I mean, that industry in the 80s was booming. I mean, there was so much. I knew people that never went home and made incredible amounts of money in the 80s. I did accounting for a ton of those guys. Then in the 90s, it really started to change. Corporations used to move their employees around constantly. So that was a big driver, and that's kind of gone away. And then in the last couple of years with COVID, the moving industry's taken a pretty big hit. Not a lot of people. We do have a lot of home buying going on and swapping of homes. But this is just an industry that really has almost continued to decline for like 30 years.
Well, I don't know, but the guys I talked to, they're up to their eyebrows and alligators with work, and they're making
Well, that's good.
money. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't see as many of the bed buggers around as you used to, but they're all looking for help, and so I was going to say something else, and I'm having a senior moment.
Yeah, like I said, that is part of companies' strategies if they're recruiting to do interviews like that. And